Just before the break, we looked at this method here, which we use a volume dashboard to find the volume. Great. But there is a question here. Uh, you think if you work in like in few months, you're hired, you work for a company, and you were asked to find the volume. So what you did is you follow my method, you are able to find the volume. So I'm asking you, what you want to do right now? You're going to, so your boss asks you, okay, go ahead and estimate the volume for me. Sure. So you follow my process, you came up with this number. And then I think the best you can do right now is you take a snapshot of my screen, like you see right now. You send it by email to your boss and say, okay, the volume is 3,415 cubic meter. Okay. Anyone can think of any other thing you can do? I don't think so. That's the best you can do. But the question is, you think your boss will believe you? Because what are your calculations? Like the software doesn't give you any intermediate steps on how the software calculate this number. You guys agree? It's kind of a black box. You take a number, get a number, and I can tell you, in industry, nobody will believe you. Like you send them a snapshot and tell them this is the volume. It's okay. No, sorry, we don't believe you. Because remember, this money will turn, this volume here will turn into money. And there is a conflict of interest. The contractor would like to get more money, and the other party or the owner would like to pay less money. So you can see we must have clear evidence that the number that you got is right. Do you guys agree or disagree? I need some confirmation.
I agree.
So here is the point, and this is based on really personal experience. So, years ago, I worked with the West LRT. West LRT between downtown and 69th Street, it has a lot of cuts. Okay, like for example, Westbrook was like big hole in the ground. If you lived in Calgary 10 years ago, you have seen this big hole in the ground. It's like how many stories below ground, and for the entire parking area of Walmart, if you remember, like Westbrook. So the thing is, that time we had a big fight. We are coming with some numbers as the owner, and the contractor assembly is claiming for 30,000 cubic meter more, and we have to prove which one is correct and which one is wrong. And remember, the 30,000 cubic meter, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And you think just by you taking a snapshot from your screen, somebody will pay $200,000 because you've done this? Difference, I mean, $200,000 difference because just make a snapshot? I don't think so. So here is why I'm running this discussion, because really my argument is this method here is accurate. I'm not saying it's not accurate. I'm saying it's accurate. However, it's not very convincing because simply it's kind of a black box. The software doesn't give you any intermediate calculation steps, which simply you cannot share it with your client to convince them with your numbers. Now I'm going to show you right now and to teach you another method. The other method, I will never say it's more accurate. So it's not more accurate. It has the same accuracy of this method. However, the next method will give you all the intermediate steps to convince and communicate with your client. Okay, so the other method, it is called method of sections, which is something we already discussed in the last 3 classes. We will cut sections through the ground. We will find the area of the cross section. And then finally, we use the area of the cross section in Simpson or trapezoidal or even prismoidal to find the volume. I'll say it one more time. So between now until we finish the class, if we're able to finish today, I will show you another method to do the same thing. We will try to find the volume, but not really using the volume dashboard because it's a black box. However, we use method of sections where we will cut sections and then find the area of the sections And then from the area of the sections, we use trapezoidal or Simpson or prismoidal to find the volume, as exactly what we've done in the last 6 hours of our classes. If you remember, huh? So I'm gonna close this one or minimize it at least for now, and I'll start showing you the method. So the method in terms of steps, they share the same start. So in order for you to do the second method, which is method of sections, you have to import the points. That's number one. You have to create a surface. That's number two. If needed, you must also edit the surface if required. Okay? So the first three steps are exactly the same. Import the points, build a surface, edit the surface if required, and remember, how many surfaces do I need? Do I need one surface or two surfaces?
Two.
Two surfaces. So here is the method, and I wanna, just, I know that this method is kind of more like more steps, and it's lengthy, and I am hoping that you guys will not really get bored at the very end because it requires more steps, but it's more rewarding. At the very end, we will have everything cleared and we have all the calculations to the client. Okay. Now, after you can see we've done already step number 1 and 2 and 3. I don't have to repeat them. I'm just going to start from step number 4. Okay. Step number 4, it needs something called alignment. And I know you guys alignment. I'm not sure if you learn alignment. You guys are municipal, I guess. Our you guys are, oh no, your construction management. So you haven't learned civil 3D in other classes. And anyway, I'm gonna give you kind of basic idea of what alignment is. Alignment is simply, for me here, is simply a reference line that I can cut sections with respect to. So alignment here is a reference line that I can ask software cut me sections with respect to the alignment. That's how the software operates. You cannot cut cross sections without alignment, which is not very complicated. First thing you want to do is you need to draw the alignment. Okay. And here is a discussion for you. And the more we progress in this discussion, you will understand what do I mean. The alignment is completely, the location of the alignment is completely optional for you, or arbitrary. I'm sorry, arbitrary. What does it mean? It means I can draw the alignment on the north side. So I'm going to use polyline, and I can draw an alignment on the north side. So here, or I can draw the alignment at the center, or I can draw the alignment at the south. It doesn't really matter. Simply whatever you define your alignment, wherever it dictates your number going forward. So in this demo here, I will use the alignment on the north side. As I said, if you cannot really get it, that's fine. Just be patient. And as during the process, I will show you what does it mean that the alignment location is arbitrary. Even the alignment direction, which means I can do my alignment from the south to the north. I can do it on the west side or the east side. It doesn't matter as long as you know what you're doing. Because as I said, when you pick one alignment location and direction, this will dictate all the numbers to follow. In this demo here, I chose my alignment to be on the north side. So this is my alignment. And you can see nothing super. You just have to draw a line on the north side. It doesn't matter whether you go from the left, from the west to the east, or east to the west. It doesn't really matter. Excuse me. So all those are arbitrary according to your choice. Next part is I'm going to go ahead and define alignment. So right now, the word, the polyline here is AutoCAD. So this polyline here is AutoCAD. I want to turn my AutoCAD element into alignment. Watch this, please. I go from menu alignment, and I go to the second option, which is create alignment from polyline. Remember, I already draw my alignment, so that my alignment is already on my drawing. So the next step is need to convert or turn this polyline into alignment. Watch this. So create alignment. You can see the software is waiting and asking me select object. You can read this from the command line. It's down here. Select first line / arc / polyline. And I'm going to go do that. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to say, okay, you know what? Here is my polyline. Now, you can see what happens here. Do you see what happens? Do you see this arrow? I need some confirmation. Do you guys see that this arrow here?
Yes.
So this arrow is the direction of the alignment. As you can see, my software is asking me, I will define my alignment from the west going to the east, from the left to the right. If you like it, great. You should just hit OK. If you don't like it, you just type R to reverse. How did I know that? Read the command line. It says press enter to accept alignment direction or R for reverse. So you know what? I'm okay with that. I will define my alignment going from the west to the east. And by the way, if you even reverse it, it doesn't matter. Everything that comes on next is basically dependent on what your choice. So I will choose here to go from the west to the east. Then all I have to do is hit enter. Once you hit enter, the software will finalize your alignment definition by filling this window here. It asks you what is the alignment name. Okay, remember alignment, think about it as center line of your project, center line of your road, center line as your sewer, center line of your project. So I will call this one my volume alignment. It's not really, I'm not really designing a road or not designing a sewer. As I said before, this whole method, it's simply based on cutting sections, and in Civil 3D, you cannot really cut sections without alignment. So that's why I had to define an alignment. Okay, you can see next is we have a description, so that's optional. We have a side that's also optional. We have a style, which the shape of your alignment is going to be red or blue. So again, leave it as is. For the labels, we want to do some labeling, so we add some labels. I'm going to say here major and minor only. So I'm going to add here major and minor labels. And then there are two more options down here. Is asking you, do you want to add any curve? No, I don't want to add any curve. Do you want to erase existing line? I'm going to say, you erase it. Okay? Very simple. So a name, and then a style. Just leave it as is. Add some labels. Don't add any curve, and then erase your polyline. Please watch as I hit OK. When I hit OK, there is something has happened. Do you see those numbers? Does it remind you with anything that we learned in my class? 0 plus 0, 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 20, and 0 plus 40. Do you know what are those numbers?
Stations.
Those are the stations, correct? Thank you so much. Those are stations. What does it mean? It means my alignment length is 40 meter. Huh? My alignment length is 40 meter. And you can see every one of those cells is 10 meter. If you remember, here is my problem. It was 10 by 10 with total length of 40. Okay, now, what is next after you define alignment? Watch this. We're going to start right now cutting sections. We will start right now to cut sections through my alignment. So how to cut sections? We go from menu called sections, menu sections, and the next one is called create sample line. From menu sections, you go and choose the option create sample lines. And I will explain for you in a second what do I mean by sample lines, but let's do it for now. So from menu sections, you go and create sample lines. So the software is asking you, look, please always read the command line. It says select alignment or press key, enter, or enter key to select from a list. So the software gives you two options, either to manually on the plan view, click on the alignment, or the other option is click enter. If you hit enter, see what happens. If I hit enter, see what happens. The software will open a list of all the alignments in this drawing, and it's for you to pick. So you can see here, my drawing has only one alignment. So I'll choose my alignment, I'll hit OK. So right now, my alignment has been selected. Number two, the software is asking you to create a sample line group. Sample line group. which is a collection of sections. A collection of sections. For example, it is very, I mean, in general, in our exercise here, we will create only one sample line group. But in general, if you're estimating the volume of a road, and the road is, let's say, 30 kilometer, and every 10 kilometer is built by a different contractor, in this case, you want to group the first 10 kilometer in one group, and the second 10 kilometer in one group, and so on and so forth. In here, I will call this one 0-40. Sample line group, a group or collection of sample lines. The right side here is simply a style, so I will leave the style as is. However, the bottom right is important. So we are going to cut through two surfaces. We're going to cut through two surfaces, and you can see their name is here, EX surface and design surface. If you uncheck this one, what does it mean? It means don't cut through. So we have to cut through those sections. This column here, it's about style. So right now, it's not really a good idea, because when I draw the section, it is not gonna look great, because both of them, whether I cut through the existing ground or the design, they will use the same style, which is called existing ground. This is not really a good idea, because both of them, they will look black, and we cannot differentiate visually between them. So what I will do, I'm going to change one of them. So I will leave EX as existing ground style, and I will come here, double click, and drop this menu. We have another style here already for us called finished. What does it mean? It means when I am ready to plot my sections, the existing ground line and the design line will look different. Yeah, they will look the same. I mean, I'm going to probably remind you here, look at this. What if I give you this section here, and both of them, they are in blue? What do you think? If I do the section and I plot all of them same, blue and blue, would you able to see? Would you know which one is the design, which one is the existing ground? I guess there's a difficulty. Yeah. All I did, to be honest, is I changed the style, so this will look magenta and this will look blue, will look something different. That's what I did here. And that's it. I'm going to hit OK. Now, the software right now is ready. Watch my screen. My cursor, if I move it left and right, it is simply ready to pick where I want to cut my section. I can cut my section here if I click, or I cut it here. I can move and I can cut my section anywhere I like. Okay. Now, also you will see here there is a tool. Which allows you to have more control over where you cut your sections. Okay. So if you come here, you drop this menu. There are several ways, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are several ways that you can cut your section. One is by a range of a station. Another one is you specify a station at a time, and other methods. I'm going to go with this one for now, and I'll tell you why later on. I'm going to pick the option at station, which means the software every time will ask me which station you want to have a section. Okay, so I'm going to give the station, and so on and so forth. So let's pick at station. And please read the command line. Read the command line. Software is waiting for some input from the user. Can you please read? It says, specify the station along the baseline. Look at this, please. So you can see the alignment comes with the station. If I say 0, it means cut me section here. If I say 10, it means cut me section here. If I say 20, it means cut me section here. So any help, where should I place my first section?
0.
0. Thank you. That's right. So I'm going to make my first section at 0. Now you can see if I hit enter on my keyboard 0 and hit enter, the software will ask you another question, which is enter for me the left swath width. And I know some of you know nothing about what is the swath width. Okay, so it is how far you extend of the cross section from the center line. So where is the center line? Where is the alignment? The alignment is here. I'm asking you, how far on the left should I extend my cross section? How far on the left? And I know some of you will say, okay, Tahir, where is the left? Where is the right? Where is the left? Where is the right? So here is the answer. The left is, think of yourself as driving a car from the zero to the end of the road. Where will be your left? Will be on the north side, huh? Will be on the north side. What is your right? The right will be on the south side. So I'm asking you guys right now, how much left of the alignment do I need to extend my cross section? This question is tricky, huh?
Nothing.
Nothing, because simply, and thank you so much for the answer, because do we have any surface left of the alignment? Nothing. You can see, even if I make 5 or 10 meter here, you doesn't do anything to me. Okay. Now I'm gonna say 0. So I don't need anything. I don't need to extend my section anywhere left of the alignment. Now let me ask you, next question is, how much you want to extend your surface right of the alignment? Okay, remember that this area is 40 by 40. I'm asking you at station 0, how much you want to extend the section right of the alignment?
$40.
Okay, thank you so much, Lucas. Yes, it's 40. But I mean, I want to run the discussion with the class. So Lucas said 40, and I agree it's 40. But I will give you 2 more options, and please say yes or no. What if I go and do 50? Is that a mistake? If I ask for 50 meter right of the alignment, is that a mistake? Mistake. My question for you guys is, Lucas said we need to extend my section perpendicular to my alignment 40 meter to this point here. So I agree. I said yes, it's 40. But I'm asking you, if I type in 50, is that a mistake?
Yes.
So when I say mistake, it means my volume calculation will be wrong. I'll ask the question one more time. And if I type in 50, does it change my calculation? Remember, the surface will end
No.
at 40. So if you ask more than the surface, it means I will get an empty section because there is no surface here. So the answer is to this question is, if you ask more than the extent of the surface, that's not a mistake. It's just a little bit waste of time, of paper space. Okay. So for some reason, I'm going to ask for 50, and I will tell you why later on. I'll ask for 50 here, only here. So 50 meter. Okay. Now, before I continue, do you see anything new has happened? Do you see anything new has happened? Do you see this dashed line in blue? So this dashed line in blue is simply your sample line. So you can see the sample line. I can tell you the definition right now. It marks on the plan view where is the section and what's the extent of your section. So it goes from 0 to the left to 50 on the right. You can see here we ask for 10 meter extra. Now here is another question for you. What if I ask for 30 only? What if I ask for 30 only? Is that a mistake? Like to the right of the alignment on station 0. What if I ask for 30 only, not 40, only 30? Is that a mistake?
Yes.
It's a mistake. Why is that? Because if I ask for 30 only, my section will stop here, and my software will plot for me a section only until here and ignore anything past this area, which means my cross-section area will be wrong. And that's why here is the rule. The rule is my sample line minimum, it goes to the end of my surface, and if you extend it beyond this point, still okay. But the minimum is to this line here. Now, we finished already our first section, and the software is asking for me for another section. You can see here on the command line is asking me, any help? Where should I place my second section?
20.
Okay, 20. So I guess Sana is asking for me to add my section here at 20, where my cursor right now. Is that right or wrong? So
Should we
I
do
go
it
from 0. from 0 to 20. What do you think?
We need it at 10.
Yes, thank you so much. So guys, why 10? Because look at the data. My data, if you remember, I have a data point here. So if I go from 0 to 20 right away, I'm simply not making use of my surveying data. So my spacing between the section should match my surveying data spacing. So my next section will be at 10. So my next section is at 10. Now I'm asking you, how much left of the alignment if I go at 10? How much on the left when I cut section at 10? Do I need anything on the left?
No, we don't have.
We don't have, huh? So we can add 0, but I'm asking you, if I write 10, is that a mistake? So the minimum is 0 because you can see my surface end on my alignment is on the north side, and simply there is no surface on the north. It means I can write 0, but I'm asking you, if I write 10 instead, is that a mistake? Hello.
Yes.
So if I write 10, it's a mistake?
Well, it's going to consider, cut or fill in an area that we don't need.
No, I mean, listen, you know what? I wouldn't argue. I'll just make it 10. I'll show you on the cross section. It doesn't harm us because simply there is no surface. So there is no calculation whatsoever, huh? So I'm gonna say here's 10 again, and I'll share with you why I'm writing those extra in a second, huh? So here is 10. And on the right, can I ask you how much on the right? Any help?
40.
40. If I do 50, would you be mad if I do 50?
No.
No, okay, so I'm gonna make it 50. I'll show you why. Why I'm doing this and adding for extra, only for one reason, for you guys to see what do I mean by sample line. Where is my sample line? It is this blue thing. This represents where is my section and what's the extent of my section left and right of the alignment. That's the only reason I added for more. But the minimum is 0 on the left and then 40 on the right. Now I need to ask you what you think should be my next section. My next section.
20.
Thank you. How much on the left?
0.
Thank you. How much on the right?
40.
Thank you. Okay. So we have another sample line. I'll zoom in. I'll show you. Here is another sample line. Not very clear because it aligns with my triangles. Now, what is my next cross section? I did 0, 10, 20. What do you think?
30.
30. How much on the left?
0.
How much on the right?
20.
Okay, I mean, I will make it 40 for now because I have a discussion here, huh? So I'm gonna make it 40 on the right. Now we can see we have added another sample line. Now, please, what is my next section?
30.
We've done the 30 already, so the 30 is there already.
40.
What is my next section? 40. How much on the left?
0.
How much on the right?
40.
40. Okay, so you know what? I will just hit OK right now and finish my command line. And you can see here, I have added those sample lines. You can see one at 0, at 10, at 20, and 30, and 40. Now, I want to remind you that the location of my alignment was arbitrary. Huh? So I chose my alignment to be on the north side. Anybody got it already that I could have made my alignment in the center? What if I made my alignment on the center? My cross sections will be at the same location, so 0, 10, 20, 30, and 40. But how much would I ask on the left? If I made my alignment here, I'm gonna maybe do that. So I'm gonna draw a line here. Let's say that's my alignment.
20 on
Okay.
the left, 20 on the right.
If my alignment were here at the center line, so I'm asking you, when I cut my cross section, how much should I ask on the left? 20. How much on the right? 20. What if I made my have defined my alignment on the south side? Okay, for example, here. Okay, I'm asking you, how much to the left?
40.
40, and 0 to the right. There is nothing on the right. So how about if I change my alignment direction to start from the east going to the west? So in this case, the left and the right will be switched. So what I'm trying to say here is that the alignment location and orientation and direction, the three of them is completely up to you, as long as you know what you're doing. Remember, it's not super science. Just place your alignment and then just look at the extent of the surface. Your cross section must go to at least to the section end. For example, you can see here, I went a little bit more. I went here like 10 meter more. In the second section, I went 10 meter more on each side. And one thing I want to mention right now is that those are dynamic lines. For example, what if I change my mind right now and I want to make them as exactly as they should be? So I can click here and I get the grip here, and I can take this, my guy, stretch it back to here. I can do the same thing here. I can take this guy, put it back here. And on this side, I can take it and I bring it back. Okay, so those are dynamic lines, and simply you can change them anytime you like. Are you guys following so far?
Yes.
So listen, I know that the method is kind of long and I go into so many small details so you guys can understand the method, but here is the big picture. The big picture is we want to cut sections through the ground, find the area of the cross sections between the existing and the design, and then finally from the cross section areas we can find the volume using trapezoidal or Simpson. Hopefully you don't lose the method. Very, very simple. So far what we've done is we have an alignment and we have cross sections, and probably I can show you right now the cross sections, how they look like. To plot the cross sections, so the sample line, it is just a line on the plan view that marks where is my section and what is the extent of my section. Okay, let me show you the cross sections. If you want to plot the cross sections, you want to go from menu sections, and then you can see here we have an option called create section view, and the next one called create multiple section views. So you can see the difference very easy. If you want to plot only one section, so you can use this option. If you want to plot all of them, then you can simply do this option. For now, I will just go with create one view only. I want to show you the section at 10. I will show you the section at 10. So let's click on this option here, and you can see I get this window. And remember, we have to pick an alignment. So my alignment is called my volume alignment, and the sample line group is 0 to 40. And the sample line here, can you please look at them? How many do we have? How many did we create so far? 5. Section at 0, at 10, at 20, at 30, and 40. So I am going to choose the one at 10 for a reason. I want to show you something on the cross section. And what happened is everything here is something like you need to look at the style, for example, and it looks like a wizard, which means you go into general, you change some parameters. When you're happy with those parameters, you just go next. So you can see the arrow will go from general to offset range. You change some parameters if you like, and then next, and then next, and then next, until finally you say create section view. So if you say create section view, software is asking you just show me where you want to plot your section. So here we go. Here is my section. Okay, so you can see here, I just show you the section. Now, guys, look at this. So this is my design, which comes in blue. So that's my design elevation at 9, which is blue. And this guy here is my existing ground in black. And that's why you can see they show in different colors. Now look at my section. Look at my section. How much did I get on the left? How much did I ask on the left? Look at the plan view. So this is how much, I'm going to circle it for you, huh? So this is how much I asked for on the left. I asked for 10 meters, correct? Look at my cross section. So this is 0, that's my alignment, and I went 40 meters right of the alignment. But I asked for 10 meters left of the alignment. Look at this. Do we have any surface? Do we have any surface?
No.
And that's why, look at this. I just wasted a little bit of paper, but it's not a mistake, huh? My section is only wider, but there is no surface, so it doesn't change my calculation. Because my calculation, the area will be between the black and between the blue. Now I'm going to show you the mistake if I make my sample line shorter, huh? And I will do that right now. You know what? I will come here and I will take this guy, stretch it back to this point. I will stretch this guy to this point here to the intersection. So I'll place it here. Now look at my section. Do you see the magic? Do you see the magic? Anybody notice the magic? When I stretch my sample line back to 0, did you see what happened to my section?
Yes, there's a surface now.
Okay, so no, I mean, my section is already cut back to the alignment only. Okay, now I'm asking you, and I will try to show you the mistake. The mistake is, what if I stretch my guy here and I go from 40 and I go to 30? So I'm gonna stretch it back to intersection here to the 30. Now I'm asking you, look at the cross section. Cross section right now, it followed me. It went from 0 to 30, and simply anything after 30 is not on the section and it will not be estimated. Hopefully this shows you the danger. If you make your sample line shorter, it doesn't cover your surface. To correct this problem, what should I do right now? I'm asking you, what should I do right now?
Just extend it.
Yeah, so not extend, it's called stretch, huh? Not extend. So I'll take this grip and I will place my grip here at the intersection one more time, and I will look to my section. My section is dynamic, huh? So whenever I stretch my sample line, my section will follow. So this is my section here. It goes back to 40. And remember, if I only go to 30, this area from here to there, I'm sorry, I'll try to, so this area here, from here to there, all this area will be simply ignored. Okay, I'm going to hash it for you. So if I make my section to 30 only, so this area in black will be ignored. And that's why the minimum extent of your section should go to the end of the surface. Are you guys following? Do you get my point? I know I'm repeating myself because this is very important, huh? Are you following?
Yes.
Okay, so I will just delete this guy. And what happened here? I don't have enough time to. I don't have enough time today to finish this method here. But so you know, we have simply finished the step number 1, which is defining alignment. Number 2 is cut sections, and we're able to plot section right now. In the next class, I will show you there is a couple of steps needed. Please, if you already started with me, please make sure you save your effort, save all your drawing, because next class, I'm not going to start from scratch. I will build on this, whatever I have right now. Okay, so I'm going to save it right now, and we'll see you guys on, I guess, Tuesday. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
Thank you.
You too, thanks.